Hello, everyone, and welcome to the first episode of this interview series. We're gonna be interviewing students from all across the world. But before anything, let me introduce myself. My name is Jorge Movilla. I am from Colombia, from the educative institution Cecilia de Lleras. I am in the 10th grade, and today we have a student from Russia. Would you mind introducing yourself?
Hello, my name is Vasilisa Nesterova. I'm from Moscow, Russia. I study in public school and I'm graduating this year. I'm in 11th grade.
11th grade. Alright, now we're gonna start off with the first question. Can you describe a typical school day for you in Russia? I mean, as an example, when do you start the class? When do you finish it? You know, that kind of stuff.
We start our classes at 8:30 a.m. and we finish it in 3:20 p.m., something like that. So
Mhm.
normally our school days is 7 to 8 hours long, and we have seven to eight periods. In throughout the periods, we have breaks from 10 to 20 minutes.
Uh-huh, interesting. 8:30 a.m. We start at 6:15 a.m. and we finish at around 2 p.m. if you include lunchtime and recess, which is in between the fourth and fifth period. We have 7 periods, by the way, everyone being around 55 minutes to 1 hour long.
We have a lunch break too, but our lunch break is only 20 minutes, so we
20
need to eat
minutes only.
fast.
Uh-huh. Very interesting. And could you describe something that teenagers from the school like to do as hobbies or free time activities?
I believe that free time activities in Russia are not so different from free time activities of teenagers around the world. We like sports, especially basketball is very popular here. We like surfing the internet, like TikTok is very popular here. From other hobbies, I think like knitting, crocheting is fairly popular with girls. Maybe drawing or reading is also popular. That's what I can think about.
All right. Now, here in Colombia, soccer is a pretty popular sport. We practice it a lot here. And there are even specialized teams in it that are pre-selected to go into the Colombian selection for international uh,
That's
football,
cool.
yeah, football tournaments. And we also have a lot of literature. That's also something we love to do because this country's Spanish language is very rich, very complex. I wouldn't be surprised if someone that already knows other kind of English would be a bit confused with the Colombian Spanish.
Actually, I studied Spanish a little bit, but I don't remember anything from that.
Oof. Well, I remember one time I tried to learn Portuguese. Oof. It was very, very hard. Anyways, on to the next question. Can you share any interesting traditions in school or any normal traditions, in the everyday life in Russia?
I don't actually think there are some interesting traditions in school that I could think about, but there are some interesting traditions generally, such as Maslenitsa is celebration of the ending of the winter, and it normally happens in the first weeks of spring. And we eat blini, and on the last day of the week, we burn doll that represents the winter. So I think it's pretty interesting.
Oof, well, we had something sort of like that, but We don't have winter, so that's not a part of it. Anyways, it's something called the Holy Week. It's a week where we don't have classes, and it's the week where we sort of remember, we investigate about how was the life for Jesus and for God back in their days.
That's interesting.
I would also like to add that Colombia is very religious. They have several religious cultures and they have a lot of ethical traditions, but I'm not too specialized with that. I'll see if any other time I can talk about it. Anyways, here goes a good one. If you had the opportunity to live or study in another country, what is the country you would like to go?
I would like to go to some European country because I believe that from Russia it's easier to go to European country. We have a more academic connections, and as I'm graduating my school, I will probably go to study abroad only in university. So it's much easier. I would choose maybe Germany, Serbia, something like that.
Alright, if I were to choose a country to live or studying, it would be the United States of America. That place has always been so interesting to me. The richest country in the world for a good reason, and it has some place that just attract you, hypnotize you the first time you see it, like San Francisco or New York City. I would like to do a trip around the world someday, and I'll go there first. Make you sure about that. And hopefully, when I go to Russia, I'll go meet you. It's in Moscow, right?
Yes.
Oh, I forgot to say the city I live in is called Monteria. It's a pretty good one. It's the capital of the region named Cordoba in the coast. The weather here is very hot, by the way.
It's very cold in Moscow actually. We had snow yesterday.
It snows there. Well, the worst
Yeah,
thing we
it's
get is
insane.
like the coldest thing we get, and very rarely, by the way, is that it rains, ice shards. But it doesn't happen really often.
That's great.
Oh, well. Another one. What role do technology and social media play in your school or in your teenager life?
So, technology plays an important role in teenagers' lives. Actually, the phones are banned from school, but everybody's still using them. It's very hard to ban phones for teenagers. I do believe that there are some social media popular in Russia that are not popular anywhere else. Like Telegram is pretty popular here. All of my friends have Telegram channels, and I don't think that is like very popular tradition. And we have some like Russian social media, such as Vkontakte, such as Odnoklassniki, which is Russian version of Facebook. I think they're both a version of Facebook, but they're like not so popular as Telegram. Telegram is like the populist social media.
Very interesting. Well, in school, at least in my school, we don't like to use technology or social media that much because I and the teachers think that it would distract the students a lot. That they're doing their own stuff and it will make the class very stiff. You know what I mean?
I actually agree with that, but it's
Yeah,
very hard to ban something because when we ban something, teenagers just want to do that because it's banned. So yeah,
yeah. Pretty understandable. However, outside of school, in our normal, everyday life, we do use social media a lot, to communicate with friends and other stuff because it's sometimes pretty hard to come out.
I agree.
Okay, another question. Is there any, any special food or any unique food that teenagers or anyone particularly likes in Russia?
So I'm not sure about some special food for teenagers, but teenagers like, how I said before, blini. Blini is sort of pancakes, but very very thin, and also like pyrashki. Pyrashki is some sort of pie, but dough goes on top of the pie, and every like the pie is kind of closed. That's how I would describe it.
Well, let me say that there are several, fan favorite foods here in our country because Colombia, as you may or may not know, is a is a agrary country. It produces a lot of vegetables and a lot of resources, natural resources. One of those fan favorites, as an example, is popcorn or overall corn. It's very sweet the way we harvest it. It's very, very good. Another thing we like a lot is potatoes. Baked potatoes. They're amazing. I don't know how they do it, but it has a special taste. I don't taste it a lot in other places, but in here, it's very good.
I agree.
There's
In Russia, everybody likes potatoes too.
let's say it. Potatoes are great. Let's just say it.
Yes.
Now, another thing that I don't think many other countries even have this vegetable, but it's called yuca. It's some sort of crop. You take it out of the ground. It's white. It doesn't have much taste, but its texture it's very soft and it's very good. When you fry it, yes, you can fry it. It's it gains a crust. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't think
An
I've
outer
heard
crust,
about it.
and that's where it gets really tasty. We also use it to make things with dough. Now, another question. What are challenges that Russian teenagers usually face, in life?
So I believe that a lot of challenges are connected to school because a lot of Russian teachers see teenagers as kind of a threat. So in a lot of ways, yeah, they don't have a very good connection with teenagers, and sometimes we don't have a kind of mentor mentality here. We don't think that teenagers need some special adult who could help them. They see teenagers as threat to their quiet lessons and their normal life. So it's pretty not bad.
Oof.
Okay, and we also have a very hard exams finals here, so it's not really good because we can take them only one time, and the next time will be next year. So and we spent almost 2 or 3 years of last years of our school preparing for our exams. So it's pretty hard too. Everybody is stressing out about that.
Oof. Well, common challenges that teenagers usually face. We also have some sort of final exam at the 11th grade. Yes, it's the final grade. It's called in Spanish. It's an acronym. It's called the ICFE. But anyways, apart from that, because it's not really hard. Yeah, we do it once every year, but it's not actually necessary to take it if you want to go to college. The challenge we commonly face is that teenagers usually like freedom a lot. They start coming out and they want to be free, do what they want, but it's not very easy. Parents they're not overprotective, but they like to take care of their children a lot. They don't like it because they don't feel like they actually care. The connection slowly goes down. And now, on to another question. What do you like the most about school?
I think, in a way, it's expressing my opinion. I like that there are some subjects that I can talk about, something that is important to me, that bring me, which brings me feelings. So I think it's that.
All right, interesting. What I personally like the most about school is just the way that they try to educate you. Every teacher is just so different from each other, and it's very interesting to know the way they each and every one of them wants to teach you their specific subject. And the subjects as well is something also something I really like. The ones I like the most is English, you can tell, math, chemistry, and literature. I love literature. In fact,
I like
in
literature
this
too.
in this library, you can see here, we're in a library. There's a book around there that I like to read a lot. It was written in Spain, if I'm not mistaken. But as well as we take the language, we take part of the teachings we from Spain. Anyway, something else. Do you have any question you would like to ask about Colombia or about the students or anything? Any question you would like to ask about
Mm,
our country?
I don't know how is your culture represents itself in school.
The culture. Well, we do like to have in our school a lot of activities. We go out there to the how was this thing called? We go out basically. It can be in the school, sometimes out. It can vary a lot, but there are different ways we celebrate our country. As an example, the language day, the Holy Week I mentioned we did before, and as well as we make Olympic events. We're going to make Olympic events this year, and we emphasize sometimes some sports that Colombia is very good at, or sports that the students like.
That's pretty unique.
Yeah, it is actually very neat. The teachers always try to be fluid with the ways they do the activities, the ways they interact with the students. They want to keep a connection. Not always easy, but they try, and that's why it's appreciated.
Yeah,
A-
it's
Anything
nice.
else? Anything else you would like to say? Any message you would like to tell to this beautiful audience that's gonna watch us?
I think I want to say that no matter what country you're from, as a teenager, you pretty much the same. You have the same feelings. You are going through um, kind of the same period of your life. You have the maybe kind of similar struggles, and it's going to be okay with your life.
We're all human beings. We're all sociable beings. The ones that feel alone should really be able to connect. The ones that are having issues should know that they should keep going no matter what. Don't never ever give up because life is full of challenges. Life is always
Exactly.
gonna be full of challenges, but it's what makes life that beautiful and entertaining. It's what makes it feel always engaging, ongoing, and it always motivates you to keep going. That sense of realization when you have something to do.
We should not be afraid of life.
Yeah, we should not be afraid of life. Well, that was it for today. We're gonna be making these interviews once every 2 weeks. And well, hope you have a beautiful day, and we'll be seeing you again with another special guest next time. Bye!
Bye.